Hi there, I'm Sphinx Akashaa, the champion of Bards, and the creator and proprietor of the Everbright Archive. We like to tell stories here, and the best stories are told with a cup of hot, soothing tea. I'm really proud that our show is affiliated with one of the best tea shops in the multiverse, Friday Afternoon Tea. They're a fantastic family-owned company based right here out of the Pacific Northwest, and they offer amazing teas and tea blends that are made for geeks and by geeks. They specialize in incredible blends based on some of your favorite fandoms. My favorite tea right now is called Number 9 for the Tomb. It's an aged white tea inspired by Tamsin Muir's Locked Tomb trilogy, and that's just one of the fandoms this tea shop is inspired by. To learn more and get some amazing teas of your own, visit FridayTea.com and use the code MULTIVERSE. That's MULTEAVERSE at checkout to get 10% off your total purchase, because we're friends now. See you out there on the Storied Path.
Within each of us is a storyteller, and a story waiting to be told. Universes of our own making that we breathe into life with our very being.
And we tell these stories to live, to relate, to entertain, to understand, and to connect. For we are the stories that help others to understand themselves.
We tell stories that are funny, sad, heroic, common, and fantastical. For we are all these things and more.
And when we come together, share our universes with one another, we create something special. We create a multiverse.
Here, at the center of the multiverse,
we welcome you to sit,
get cozy,
and listen
as we traverse the storied path. Here, we welcome you to the Everbright Archive.
Hello there, Wayfarers. Welcome back to yet another amazing, exciting, and awesome episode of our Crit Award-nominated podcast, The Everbright Archive. I am, as always, your host and your current storyteller, Sphinx Akashaa, your current champion of Bards, and I am joined by my wonderful cast of friends who will, in turn, each tell stories of their own as they vie for my title of champion of Bards. I'm gonna start with the ever-sparkling, always effervescent, eternally iconic, the all caps, capital T, capital H, capital E, Brynniursa.
Well, hello, howdy hey, hope you're having a good day. I am Brynniursa, the leader of the Kender, and I am so happy to be here today. I have many knickknacks, one of which they're pink earrings. That's all that you get today. Now, I am honored to be the Bardsona Odile, the Chronoscribe, and today I will be playing Jodie Bank. And if you want to check me out before my turn as a GM, you should go look at my YouTube channel for the Echoes of Actor, a Walking Dead TTRPG, for which Crit Award nominated GM here. So I think it's pretty nifty. You should check it out. Back to you, the beautiful, beautiful man, Sphinx Akashaa.
Next, I will present to you the smooth, the debonair, the ecstatically eloquent, and affluently afroed Bardic sweet tea.
Well, hello everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night from wherever you are in the world. My name is Sweet Tea. I can be found anywhere at Bardic Sweet Tea. And my Bardsona for the Everbright Archive, I'm just getting back there. For the Everbright Archive is Tyzon, and my character that I will be playing for this Fabula Ultimate game, the last. Damn, my goodness. What's it called? What are we? Oh my goodness! What's
The
the name of
Last
this game?
Story.
Thank you. The Last Story. My God.
Watch
Guys,
your profanity.
It's been an evening, my peoples. I apologize. My character for the Last Story is Malachi Davis. I'm looking forward to today because we got some lore coming in.
Indeed. My word. And lastly, I would love to give you the lovely, the fantastic, the gorgeous, the vivacious My Diamond, Your Diamond, Madness Diamond. But they're unfortunately having some tech issues this recording. Hopefully we get them back. If we don't, we will just have to soldier on. They are their Bardsona is Gemmi Hoard, the champion of knowledge and secrets, and they are playing Lysandra Agni in the Last Story. But speaking of the Last Story, we're back once again for episode 10 of our first mini campaign entitled The Last Story. But before we begin, I want to give a quick shout out to our friends, our sponsors, and our affiliates over at Friday Afternoon Tea. Friday Afternoon Tea is a small, family-owned, Latina-owned, and queer-owned, geeky-themed local tea company, local here to the state of Washington, which is where I reside, where you can find amazing bagged and loose leaf teas, custom tea blends, tea wares and accessories, as well as educational tastings and really cool like sip and paints, but for tea instead of wine. They have some really cool tea blends based on some of your favorite fandoms like Battlestar Galactica, Avatar: The Last Airbender, Our Flag Means Death, and many more. They have some really cool seasonal ones that they bring in and out that are also fun. So check their website, fridaytea.com, make a purchase, and then that way at checkout you can use this really cool code, Multiverse. That's MULTEAVERSE to get yourself 10% off of your total purchase. So check them out. Friday Afternoon Tea, and come and be a thirsty nerd with us. You'll be doing yourself a favor, and you'll be supporting some really cool folk. So let's recap before we get into episode 10 of the Everbright Archive, titled "Stuck in the Middle with You." Our summoned teachers have been traversing across the continent of Anwanyu and the kingdom of Solim, across the leaving Dawnseed and heading towards the Serpentine Mountains. They camped out before and met up with a fantastic kobold adventurer by the name of Richard, who is both a tinkerer and an expert in explosive concoctions with a mechanical arm. You learn that Richard had traveled before with another group of young adventurers, not summoned heroes, but adventurers that had previously escorted Lysandra from the capital city of Dawnseed into her home back in the Dead Forest. Excuse me. And offered to escort you all there, so long as he could stop at his old place in the mountains and gather some of his keepsakes and knickknacks and other materials for his bomb making. But while at the Serpentine Mountains, you encountered another tribe of kobolds who tried to basically stick you up. and extort some money, tried to rob you guys. You tried your best to de-escalate the situation, but to no avail, and you had your first combat with them, which was kind of epic. You all did some pretty badass things, including crushing them with some boulders, with a trap that they seem to have set to take you out. You managed to use their trap against them, which was brilliant. You then were able to get Richard's items, and then cross back into the Serpentine Mountains. We had our lovely Bardic Sweet Tea, who is our resident wayfarer, roll his travel roll, and he rolled a 1, you guys, which, in as far as travel rolls go, is the equivalent to like rolling a nat 20. So you encountered no dangers, but you got some really, really cool stuff happening, including seeing some weird zombie rats, I believe it was, that you saw last time, as well as some will-o'-the-wisps, and you had pretty much no mishaps as Richard led you through the forest to a home that seems to sit in the middle of the garden, of a massive garden, resting on a pair of chicken legs. But sitting there in that garden, in a wheelchair, parts of his body seemingly replaced by some sort of bark, much older than she last remembered him. Jodie's father, Gordon Bank, who disappeared when she was near 12 years old. And that's kind of where we're going to pick up today. So, as we get started, Jodie, I'd love for you to tell us, what is your last memory of Gordon Bank?
It's like the world freezes around her as she sees him. And all she can say, "Daddy?" And suddenly, she's not who she is. She's who she was. Right back into the trailer when she was 12 years old. Everything is a storm, static. And she sees him much younger, rather large man with a sinewy stature, towering above, weighted down by a graveyard of abandoned dreams. Except now it's straight, because his dream's right in front of him. He's always wanted to be an adventurer, and he's staring at something with such intensity. And again, all she can say is, "Daddy? Daddy? Daddy, don't!" And she's trying to run to him, to do anything, cling to him, beg him not to go. It's like she's stuck in place.
she can only remember the times the stars came to his eyes, when he would tell stories about a stealthy, mysterious hero who operates from the high ground and travel to a new world. But she's here. And she just keeps reaching for him. She hears herself begging for him to stay, but he does not even look back. And he's gone.
Jodie, I would like for you to make for me, as you are having this flashback, an insight plus willpower roll.
Insight plus willpower.
I'm not going to tell you the difficulty because what you roll will determine. Oh, okay.
I rolled
an
11.
Okay. As you're having this flashback, there are moments, those moments where you call out to him, Daddy. And something in your mind, there's almost like a fuzz, like a static, like a glitch. And you call out, Daddy, again. Glitch, static, fuzz. And there seems to be almost two versions of him standing next to each other. The one that doesn't look back, and the one that does, with a sadness and a determination in his face, that then turns away. And I will say also with that roll, you see just the barest hint of a silhouette in that light that he turns into before it encompasses him and he vanishes. You find yourself back in that garden, staring at this man who had been your father, now seems much older, so much more frail than you last remember him. On his left side, starting from the base of his neck, across the shoulder, and down towards, and basically his entire left arm, seems to be now made of or have been replaced by some kind of bark. It looks old and dark and gnarled. The hand that sits atop the blanket on his legs looks more claw-like than like a hand. He looks at you. His hair so much whiter than you remember. His face drawn. And there is such a mix of emotion in the face you see. There is elation. There's pain. There is fear. And he looks up at you. And there are tears in his eyes. Oh no. Oh, baby, you can't be here. They can't have got you too.
She takes 2 steps forward. You know, I've thought about meeting you again and again. Asking why I wasn't enough of an adventure for you to stay.
Oh, sweetheart. It wasn't that you weren't enough of an adventure to stay. That was never the case.
Then what was it?
I was trying to save you.
But
And he looks away. But I failed in that. You were never supposed to be here.
you're saving me by leaving me on my own. It was me and you, Daddy.
I know, baby. If I thought it was safe to bring you, I would have. But I learned things about this place. And before he can finish that statement, the door of that cottage opens up. And stepping foot first is a large, blue, flaming paw, followed by another one. And craning its head out is the skeleton of a great wolf, with blue and silver flames wreathing its body. It sniffs the air, sees you, cocks its head to one side, looks at your father, walks over, and nestles up against the side, his left side, to which he picks up the hand made of bark and places it on top of the dog's head, the wolf's head. It's all right, Hugo. This is my baby girl. I told you about her. You saw her. Remember? Hugo looks over at you and gives a whine that sounds like it's coming from a faraway distance, echoed in a cave of some kind. And then behind him, coming from out of the door, is a tall, dark-skinned elf woman. Short, white hair, dressed in robes and carrying what looks like a wicker basket in one arm. Her eyes first light upon your father, and then Hugo, and then sees the three of you. Oh, well, it looks like you made it after all. I kind of worried about you a little bit. Going through this forest for the first time can be a bit of a, what is the word? A weird time. I am sorry. I am being so rude. Allow me to introduce myself. And she bows deeply. My name is Lysandra Emilium. I believe you've come looking for me.
We'll also give a deep, respectful bow. Malachi Davis. Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Yes. And you must be Jodie.
I don't know if I must be, but I am.
You certainly are, my young child. You are more beautiful than the images I have seen of you.
Images?
Yes, I suppose I should let your father kind of explain that. But yes, we have been watching you for some time.
For some time? What do you mean?
And Gordon takes a long, deep breath. Well, sweetheart, you may have noticed that I am... And he kind of lifts the left hand and arm and kind of gestures to it with his good hand. Different.
Well. Hello there. It is I, your most enthusiastic antagonist, the Guided Dreamer. And you are listening to the Everbright Archive and the campaign, The Last Story. If our heroes are not careful, it will be their last story as well. Now, let's see what they're up to, shall we?
Well,
Her antenna unfurl and roll
Eyes
back
wide.
in. Does a little flex, a shoulder roll. Her wings shimmer out for a minute before quickly retracting back in.
That is... You're one of the Mothra now, or the larvae now.
Larvum, moth. You're a tree.
Well, not quite a tree. This is more or less a magical prosthesis, if you could, to a degree. Why don't you, Allie? Would you mind giving our guests someplace to sit? And Lysandra, oh, no, of course not. Wonderful. And she reaches into her wicker basket, and it looks like she reaches down into her elbow and then pulls out a staff. Looks like it's made of a spinal column. That she then taps on the ground. There are vines that then jut from the staff and form little stools made of very large mushrooms. Please, have a seat.
That's actually quite handy.
Well, my magic here is kind of, it's a whole thing. I am kind of one of the guardians of this forest, so my magic gives me some privilege.
Right. And Jodie just takes a seat, looking for the first time in a long while out of sorts.
And
Is there a question out of character? Would it
Sure.
be, I guess, fairly... Would the rest of the party be aware of the fact that her father was also sent here?
Jodie's not
the
one
question's
to
not for me.
advertise it. Nope, she didn't really talk about her dad much.
Okay.
And Lysandra's eyes meet with Hugo's. And Hugo kind of wanders up to Lysandra, who has this huge grin on her face. And just this big shoulder lean against Lysandra. She looks up at you all, looks at the dog. The dog looks up at her, does the mouth open, a flaming tongue lolls out of the side, and runs off, stopping about 10 feet away, looking back. And Lysandra just, like, kind of sits for a moment, looks at you all, gives a short wave, and then runs off behind Hugo. And they go running off into the gardens. Alessandra kind of looks over. It seems that Hugo has found a playmate. So, police. And Gordon, you see Gordon touches a panel at the armrest of his chair. And little legs made of tree wood sprout from underneath and walk him towards you all. And then once he gets about 3 feet in front of you, sits him down, and then the roots kind of wander back in underneath the blanket. I would walk, but let's just say that my health is not in a place where I can really do that. A lot's happened, sweetheart. It's been more time for me here than I think it has been for you. But you deserve an explanation, and if you're willing to hear it, I'd like to give it.
You know, I didn't think I would. But something about this place, it's made my mind a lot sharper than it used to be. You went towards something or someone, didn't you?
You remember that?
It's like something's different. I always remember wishing that you would even look back once, and you never did.
Oh, baby.
But
I looked back.
I saw that when I saw you again.
Okay, good. That means that bastard's work over you was faded.
Oh. There's somebody else I gotta get here now?
Well, if you're here for the reasons I think you're here, I think it's the same bastard. You see...
Oh, look at you cursing at me now.
I'm sorry, dear. I'm sorry, sweetheart. I'm
Swear jar.
plenty angry. Yeah, swear jar, for sure. You know him as the guided dreamer.
Oh, that son of a gun.
Yeah. I was deceived, sweetheart. I was contacted by him a couple of days before I left you. Told me that my dreams of going to another world could come true. My dreams of being a hero could come true. Because I figured it out, darling. I figured out that kids were going missing. And I figured out that they were coming here. I didn't know why, not at the time. But I knew. And I was the only one who knew that it was not a good thing. So the dreamer reached out to me, told me that I could help save them, that I could help keep you from being taken. But I would have to come and help him make that a reality. When he mentioned you, I couldn't just... There was no way. And you see the pain and anguish and anger in his face. I couldn't let them take you. I wouldn't. So I had to go. I came here. That shadow you saw, that silhouette you saw me walking towards, darling, that was him. And your vision glitches. And you're back in that memory. And you see in the light that helmet, that suit, hand outstretched. Glitch, and you're back to the present.
What do you
Told
want?
me I would. Well, what he actually wanted was a way to be able to choose who came. See, he had initially, according to everything I'd been able to glean, he didn't mean for children to get taken. But he couldn't stop it either. So he used me. That's why the last couple of times folks were taken, they were adults. But he was still taking people against their will. And I couldn't be a part of that. So I ran. Especially after I pleaded with him to send me back. And he refused. And we argued. And he sent folk after me. So then I ran. Wound up on floor 10. The Obsidian, and this place called Humphrey, I think. Lovely mouse folk. Very nice, and they nursed me back to health. But they knew that I couldn't stay there, so they sent me here. That's how I met Lysandra here. And, well, she gave me a place to stay and a way to take care of myself. But I needed to see you. I needed to try and figure out how to get home. I had learned a bit of magic while I was here. Grant you, the magic I learned was not the safest kind. And all I could ever do. And he reaches underneath the blanket with his good hand and pulls out what looks like a crystal in the shape of a pyramid connected to what looks like one of those old school brick phones from the 90s that has been torn open at the back, had other crystals attached to it and wires running from it into the pyramid. I looked in on you as best as I could while I tried to figure out a way to escape this place. It took a toll on me. I had to pay with my flesh. Every time I saw you. I wasn't able to be there, baby, but I saw so much of your life that I am so proud of you.
Idiot.
So sorry.
What you going to do that for? Nobody told you to maim yourself just so you could come see me. You didn't need to do that.
Of course I did.
No.
You're the world to me. And I'm so sorry I left you. Like I say, I thought I was protecting you. But I was being used. And well, while this has been lovely, and he kind of gives a cocked grin at his hand, there are other complications that have arrived as a result of all this. And, well, I'm just glad I got to see you before.
For what?
I've bitten off a bit more than I can chew, darling.
What do you mean?
I am protected here in this forest from the guided dreamer, I unfortunately am not protected from myself and the strain it has put looking in on you on my body. I'm very obviously withering away.
No. No, you can't do that. No, don't you say that. You can't just go again.
I don't want it, darling. And Lysandra kind of chimes in. Actually, I hope you don't mind me interrupting. This is a very tense family moment, and I apologize. But there might be a way to prolong this reunion, to not have you die. Gordon kind of looks up. What does that mean exactly? Well, as it turns out, as well you know, and I think you all may be aware, I am a bit of a necromancer. Now, my power is not enough to where I can prevent death. And my form of necromancy is mostly reanimation, that kind of thing. But perhaps we might go to the place where this world's necromancy began. It's a lovely little nation called the Dirge. They are a lovely people. I learned my magic from them. There is, however, a bit of a hitch, so you say. This notion of mine. And Gordon narrows his eyes. What's the hitch? You will not die, but you would become what they call the undying. Gordon raises an eyebrow. Like an undead, like a zombie. And Lysandra lifts a finger. No, not a zombie. More like
A vampire?
are you familiar? No, definitely not them. Although there are many vampires in Dirge, and they're very lovely people. Most of them. Are you familiar with what a lich is?
Yeah, I mean, we've heard of liches in our world. I've never encountered one.
Well, this kingdom is kind of run by, well, it's run by a wraith, but the council is made up of lich-like beings called the Undying. So, imagine necromancy, if you will, and she kind of she presents a hand. What most people tend to think or know about necromancy, and when she says no, it's with air quotations, is that it is dark, corrupted magic, and there's a black flame that erupts in her hand. But, and for some, that can be true. But here is what I know, and what you are learning, if you do not already know this, about magic. There is no dark, there is no light magic. There are dark and light people. Dark and light intent. The people of Dersh, they believe this. And the necromancy they practice, and she quickly closes and reopens her hand, and the light becomes this beautiful, like, amethyst color. It's positive energy necromancy. Much more in line with preserving the spirit, preserving the soul. Now, the beings there, they are, many of them are of the undead variety. There are many more of them that are of the undying variety, that take their cues from this beauty. The beauty of magic, the beauty of this natural cycle of life, death, rebirth, and eternity. And they draw from that. My idea, she closes her hand and the flame goes, is that we petition for your father to undergo the rite of undying, to restore his body, and so that he may remain himself. The hitch to that is that he will never die again. He will be eternal. And they may not let him leave.
Jodie.
I don't know if that's something I want. He looks over at Jodie.
Jodie looks to Malachi. Save him?
Jodie,
Come on, you heal us all the time. We get pretty bashed up, and you make our body go back to normal. How chopped up we get.
You get chopped up?
Yeah, but training and stuff, and he fixes us right back.
This, it gestures to Gordon, seems rather extensive. I can't guarantee I could help him. But
could you try?
Yes, I'd be more than willing to at least try. And Malachi will walk over, grab his staff, and gently place it on, like, over his chest. I am unsure what ails you, but a little light will appear at the end of the staff, and I will cast Cleanse.
Okay. Sweet tea.
Yes.
Malachi. I would like for you, in this moment, to roll me insight plus willpower.
Insight and willpower. 6 and a 10. Okay.
An 11.
11.
The light from your staff begins to wash over Gordon. There is a tension between your magic and whatever is happening inside of him. There is a resistance. It pushes. It pulls. It sees. It's almost intelligent, this whatever it is. And with an 11, you kind of get the feeling that it wants you to help. So as your magic is moving into him, it will let you. It will part. And will let you let the light of your magic overtake Gordon. And the both of you see that like his sallow cheeks begin to fill out just a little bit. The darkness in his eyes, the hollowness begins to fill. Stands a little straighter. Looks like you didn't notice it before, but it looks like he's breathing a little bit better. And you can tell that you did something, but you did not cure him. And Lysandra stands there, and it looks like she's about to say something to you. But Malachi, you feel a presence behind you. You feel a hand reach over and touch your shoulder. You hear, all of you hear,
His suffering is not one that a mortal can allay. This malady is born of something else, something beyond.
Hey there, this is Magnus, Goblin Artificer Extraordinaire, and you're listening to the Everbright Archive, a TTRPG actual play anthology podcast series. I hope you're enjoying the show. Now, let's get back to it and see what these crazy kids are up to.
Jodie, as you turn to see where that voice is coming from, you see behind Malachi, there stands about an 8-foot tall creature, clad in robes made of moss and vines and leaves. Its hand is almost, it's very near skeletal, also covered in the greens and browns of moss. There is an ascot around its neck, but its head is bleach white alligator skull. There are burning blue lights in the eye sockets. And the antlers of a great deer protruding up and out wide. It carries in its other hand a tall obsidian staff, plain but shining. Lysandra looks up. Ah! Gorfim, you've come! You've come to meet our guests. Welcome.
I apologize. What was that name one more time?
Gorfim. Gorphim.
You?
Gordon looks up. Yeah, you mentioned something like that before, Gorfim. I appreciate, and then looks at you, Malachi. I appreciate you trying, though. You did do me some good. I definitely feel better, but, well, I think you may have only slowed whatever's happening.
I wish I could do more. Sorry, I had to try.
I appreciate you trying. None of this is your fault. I did this to myself.
And Jodie walks up to Gorfim. What can help them?
Gorfim looks down at you.
You must be Miss Jodie. It is a pleasure to meet you. I am honored. But Lysandra is correct in her hypothesis. The only thing to save him from death is to make him one of the undying. And for that, he will need to go to Dirge.
Y'all mean to tell me that in this big world of magic and knowledge and mice towns, there's only one person that can help him?
It is not one person. It is an entire people. I would if I could, but I do not have the ability or the knowledge of which to do so. I belong to this forest, and this forest is of death. What you need is of eternal life, and they can help you. You simply must get there.
And Gordon closes his eyes and takes a long, deep breath. And then looks at you, Jodie. You didn't happen to bring that swear jar here with you, did you?
I don't need it anymore.
Well, shit. There's 2 dungeon levels between us and the 7th floor. 3 even, maybe. I might be miscounting. It's been a while.
But do you want to go, Daddy?
He looks at you, and there are tears in his eyes. And he reaches out to you with his good hand.
It's automatic. She steps forward and takes it. Is he still in his chair?
Uh-huh.
And she kneels to be eye level.
Baby, I didn't dare hope I would ever see you again in the flesh. And yet here you are. If it means I get to live to see you become whoever you're going to become, I would do just about anything.
Just about. But you already did something for me once. I don't want you to be miserable for eternity. If that's what it's gonna do to you.
Being able to live forever knowing that my baby girl is a hero, more hero than I could have ever been. I can find a lick of misery in that, not one iota. I'm just sorry I couldn't have been there in person for you all this time. But I'm here now. And if I can help it, baby girl, I'm not going anywhere.
Okay.
Okay. And he pulls you to him as best as he can. He is still kind of weak. And he wraps his both arms around you. And, like, buries his face in your hair. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. He just weeps. I'm so sorry. But I'm here now. And you're here. And we're together again. And I'm gonna fight to be here. And you're gonna fight to keep these people safe and get them out of here. I know you.
I will.
And Richard, who's been standing behind you guys the whole time, so I'm like, this is so nice. And Lysandra, like, almost, like, blinks a moment. Richard, what are you doing? Aren't you supposed to be back in Dawn City? Yeah, well, I had to come back, and I had to get some stuff from, my old home. You know, where you killed everybody. Well, you and the others. But I met these guys, and they said that they were coming here to meet you, and so I offered to help. So here I am, and he kind of like does the arm swing with the mechanical arm. Here I am. I didn't know Mr. Gordon was Jodie's dad. What are the odds of that? And Gordon looks up, also noticing Richard for the first time. Richard, what are you? You helped my baby girl find me. Thank you, son. I'm in your debt. Like, and he has not let you go. Like, he still has both arms around you.
Well, she's not moving. She's there. He has a vice of a hug around him, too.
And he looks down at you. Damn it, I have missed you so much, baby. And Lysandra is there. It's like,
Well, yes, this is good. This is very nice. Perhaps you are all hungry. Would you like something to eat? I could whip something up. It would be no trouble.
Food sounds lovely.
Malachi really loves lemons.
Oh, I grow some of the most delicious lemons you've ever had, my boy.
Well, I mean, that sounds absolutely divine.
And then we can talk about what we're doing next, and we can take a look at your little friend there.
and she points just behind Malachi to where Curator is floating. And
you knew that I was coming. How exactly?
And Gordon kind of perks his head up. That would be because of me, little man. And the little device is still on his lap, and he kind of like gestures to it. Had enough juice to see you all on your way here, or at least before you left the circle. So got a pretty good inkling of why you're here, and yeah, I think in this regard, Miss Lysandra might be more helpful to you than she was able to be in my situation. And Lysandra goes, yes, we will see. I will have to examine him. But at the very least, if there is still a body somewhere, I will find it. And Carrera's eyelight lights up brightly.
That would be great. I would really like that a lot.
Hi there, I'm Sphinx Akashaa, your champion of Bards, and you're listening to the Everbright Archive, a TTRPG actual play podcast anthology series. I really hope you're enjoying the show. Why don't we get back to it? Lysandra nods. I am sorry to see that this has happened to you. The last time I saw you was the last time I was at the circle, and that Malvolio child threatened to shoot you with the gun that you were going to make for them. Did you ever finish that gun, by the way? And Carrera's little eye wings kind of twitch a bit.
I don't know. I don't remember. There's a lot that I don't remember past being in this shell. So I don't know.
Lysandra just kind of nods. That is something, isn't it? And Gorfram, still standing with you, Malachi, looks over at Curator and then looks at you, Malachi.
You have great capacity for healing.
You think so?
You are in touch with the weaving in a way few mortals can be. I am not certain if it is due to your status and nature as a hero, or if it is something else entirely. But it is curious.
Curious how, if you don't mind me asking.
Once upon a time, I, too, was mortal. A healer. And much like you, I shared a special connection with the weaving. It allowed me to heal things in ways that were unheard of at the time. I think with time, you too may reach those heights.
Well, first of all, I appreciate the vote of confidence. That actually means a lot, but I assume that will take a lot of practice. Although, I mean, if you have any kind of helpful tips, I would gladly listen.
He sets his head to one side. And he looks at you, and you can feel those blazing eyes on you, almost appraisingly.
There's something disconnected there.
And he takes his hand and places it on your chest, right over your heart.
You are one who feels many things, trusts in your knowledge and in your abilities. But you do not trust in yourself. And that is not something that can be taught. That is something that must be forged. Only then will you begin to climb the heights to which you are most eloquently made.
Huh. Malachi's very visibly, like, shaken, like, uncomfortable. It's like, well, thank you for that. I don't, recall paying for a therapy session, but, you know, appreciate the advice.
Humans are such funny creatures. You often do not seek the advice. But when you do, more often than not, the advice you received is not what you expect. As I take it, this was not. But take it from a being that was once like you and had to die and be brought back before he could trust himself. Do not wait too long to start trusting in yourself.
That's fantastic advice. I personally think I trust myself a great deal. But I appreciate your insight.
Lysandra just kind of chuckled.
Gorfum is a Durak. He is, as a being who is tied to life, death, and the forest. He has a very unique perspective on life and people and what they need. He was very good to me when my son died and saw what I needed.
I'm so sorry to hear about that.
It is alright. I got what I needed.
And Richard goes, yeah, you needed revenge. And Gorfum kind of nods and
I only wish I could have been the one who was able to exact revenge on your behalf. The boy was a dear friend, and I still feel his loss daily.
and this streak of silver liquid pulls down from one of the eye sockets. And Lysandra's eyes widen. Gorfum, I did not know that you are still able to cry.
Of course I am. The boy, like yourself, was family to me. That Conan Red got what he deserved. It's a blessing not just to all, but to us as well. His corpse, his soul, it will be enjoyed.
And Alessandra blinks. Well, that got a bit macabre, didn't it? And Gordon kind of sniffs and looks up, and Gorfum does have a way with words and, well, feelings and, well, anger. And Gorfum kind of cocks his head to the side.
But I'm also a rather fun-loving Durak. As you know.
And his jaw opens in like this weird approximation of a grin. But because it is an alligator jaw, it just looks open.
Good man. We like the best of both worlds.
Yeah. How we do, baby girl. And Alessandra goes, well, I am going to get started on food. Do you have any food diet restrictions? Is there anything that you are not allowed to eat or cannot eat? That make you break out into hives, or you grow extra eyes or something like that if you eat them? I don't think I have anything that will make you grow extra eyes, but I just want to check.
I was about to ask, is that a thing that happens here?
Allergies here are weird, my friend. I have been here for many thousands of years, and the shit I have seen.
I mean, me personally, I'm watching my sugar intake.
So, no processed sugar for you. Honey, maybe?
That would work.
Very nice. And what about you, my dear? He looks at Jodie.
I've got no diet restrictions. Put in front of me, I'ma eat it. I'm not picky, I'm not.
I know. You are. I'm going to let you bask in the glow of being with your father again. It has been some time. The two of you obviously have a lot of catching up to do. I am going to... And she puts down the basket and reaches in, pulls out what looks like a folding table from within the basket, puts it down, and it is a large, like, thick wooden table that is now, like, she's still behind Gordon, starts reaching into the basket. And as she does, Richard kind of looks over. Lysandra, did you modify your bag of bullshit? She goes, yes, do you like it? It is now a lovely picnic and gardening basket. It is quaint. It is cute, is it not? She has this, like, big Cheshire grin. And Richard goes, you're a weird lady, but I like it. He's like, you're, of course, welcome to stay for dinner. Like, and he's, yes, well thanks. That'd be great. They fed me dinner, and now I had tacos for the first time. And Gordon kind of looks up. Young man, have you never had tacos before? You mean to tell me that you meeting my baby girl was the first time you ever had tacos? And he goes, yeah, well, I mean, you know, I travel a lot and I don't really get to stop anywhere where there's a taco stand or something. He goes, that's fair enough. You've been up to your eyeballs and stuff. How's the arm treating you? And Richard kind of looks at his arm. I could ask you the same thing, but you kind of know how that's going. The new arm works great. I actually got to use it. I helped them fight the kobolds that were trying to rob them earlier. And Gordon blinks and looks at you, Jodie. Baby girl, did you get accosted by some kobolds?
Define accosted. She, like, pulls one of these, wiping her tears with her wrists as she's putting herself back together.
Well, and Richard chimes in, well, it was less accosting and more like they threatened to kill us and take all of our stuff. And Jodie and the gang basically turned them into paste.
Well, they're going to turn us into paste.
Gordon
I just used what they had there.
This is true.
Resourceful. That's my girl. He gives you one of those, like, fists under the chin, or like chin nudges with his fist. That's my girl. And by this time, Lysandra has pulled out a large slab of meat and now has it on the table and has pulled out this, like, 2-foot-long butcher knife and is just chopping. Well, that's lovely. Tell me more. And Richard, like, walks over and starts, like, well, and starts to catch her up on kind of what you all did there. Gorfam kind of hovers, seems very, very interested in your interaction with your father, but will not say anything unless bidden to. Jodie, in this moment, what would you like to do?
Gorfum's watching.
Mm-hmm.
She turns to her dad. Your buddy's kind of real intent on us.
Yeah, I think it's been a very, very long time since he himself has had a family. And I think he rather misses it. So any interaction he gets to witness, he seems to cherish. I don't know if you've heard of the rocks before, but they tend to be solitary creatures because of what they are. Gorfum is a bit of an aberration when it comes to them. He craves people and interaction. It's been a lovely, lovely caller whenever he's about. Still can't
So
beat him in chess, though.
He's been taking care of you?
He's been helping, yeah.
Alright, be right back. She gives
Alright,
her
then.
daddy a hand squeeze.
He squeezes back.
And Jodie flexes her shoulders back. Wings appear. And then she's up. Directly in Gorfum's face.
Hello, Miss Jodie.
Hello, Mr. Gorfum. What you doing?
I am observing. Is that
Observing?
all right, or am I being rude? I can be rude sometimes without meaning to be.
You're not being rude, but you're being a little silly.
Silly. How is
And
that?
she starts flying back and forth.
And he rocks back and forth, like, following you.
Perhaps this is a bit more silly.
Oh, but you see, it's my right.
How so?
Well, big sister's got to pick on their little brothers.
I believe of the two of us, I am the elder. Much elder.
Well, then why do I need to tell you to stop lurking and come sit by us? Come on. Come on now.
This logic is strange.
But he does as he's told. And he does not just, like, come and sit. He visibly shrinks to match your height. And he creates a mushroom seat of his own. And he sits, laying the staff across his legs.
Is this okay?
It's more than okay, it's right.
That is nice. That is good. So you are going to go to Dirge to help save your father.
Above table, do we have time for that?
Yeah, you've got 10 whole episodes left.
Oh, okay. I was like,
if Dirge is like on the way to our destination, it's, you know what I mean? It's like,
Dirge is in fact on the way to the destination.
just make like a small detour at some point.
And again, above the table, Dorfin can't leave the forest.
Gorfin cannot. Gorfin and the forest are irrevocably linked.
All right.
Have we?
Zoom, 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 zoom.
Were we informed what Gorfin is?
Yeah, correct.
He has a Durak.
Durak.
Now, were you informed as to what that means?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Okay, just making sure.
That's your cue, Malachi.
Durak is
All right, anyway.
D-U-R-A-K?
It is pronounced D-U-R-A-C-K, but it is spelled D-U-R-A-G-H-S.
Durags.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, yes I am. And then I'm gonna have to visit. Both of y'all are gonna have to keep me on my toes after all this is over. So we should divvy this out. Who wants me for the winter holidays? Who wants me for the summer holidays?
Gordon kind of looks at you. Oh, so we're sharing now. That's what's happening.
Well, you don't want me to come visit my little brother? He's been taking over for me, caring for you for the past however long you've been here. You said you're here longer than I was. I mean, longer than I thought.
It's been.
And look at
years.
him. She puts her hand under his alligator chin. Look at him. You want me to leave this fella alone?
He looks at Gorfim, and there's this like look of like, is this actually happening? And then there's this almost resignation, and then there's this like big smile, and he just kind of starts chuckling. No, I suppose I wouldn't want you to do that. I don't think you could if you wanted to.
Oh.
Glad to see that some things have not changed. You are still the sweet and caring little girl that I remember.
With a healthy streak of righteous indignation and ready to wallop.
Yeah, I kind of noticed some of that. That's you get that from your mother.
She didn't answer. Who wants me for winter?
She'd be real proud of you.
Thanks, Daddy.
I'm real proud of you too.
I'm proud of you.
I don't know why I left you. I let myself get hoodwinked. It's not something your old man would have done before, but...
I'm here now, instead of another child, because of the work that you've done. You left me behind so you can stop a whole slew of them from being taken. And wouldn't you know it, I found my way back to you.
Yeah, you did, didn't you?
You can always bank on us. The corniest grin.
And he gives you the widest grin. And I see you've got my sense of humor. And at this point, you feel something weird and wet in your ear. and you turn, and it's Gorfim, and
There was an emotional moment. I feel like a wet willy would bring a bit of levity. Did I misjudge?
Oh, you didn't misjudge, but let me show you how it's done. And he is promptly headlocked and wet willied.
This is highly irregular, especially as I do not have ears, and yet I feel discomfort.
Welcome to the family. Or I guess I'm late in this little family. Reunion, Willie.
I am pleased to be a part of this. Thank you, Jodie.
Thank you, Gorfin. Taking care of our dad until I got here.
It has been my distinct honor. Your father, our father, is a good man.
And Gordon just kind of looks, his eyes are wide with kind of shock, and then just starts beaming, and there's tears streaming down his face. It's like, hey, y'all, this is just going to be one of them days where I just cry a lot, isn't it? It's certainly shaping out to be that way.
Yep. Welcome to the club.
Yep. Damn it.
Oh, you hear that, Orphan? What do we say when Daddy curses?
What do we say when he curses?
And she whispers in his ear, "Swear jar."
Ah, the swear jar phenomenon. Yes, of course. Does that mean that he owes? Oh, if that's the case, he owes a lot of money to the swear jar. There has been a lot of cursing in your absence.
Well, apparently he's gonna have eternity to pay up.
And Gordon just kind of laughs. Of course I am. Yeah. Well, we should definitely go about making that happen. And Gorfin kind of looks over at all of you.
If you are going to dirge, you are going to have to go through the other floors to get there. There is the 6th floor, or the 5th floor first, which is a series of caves that you must pass through.
What floor is Dirge on?
Dirge can be located on the 7th floor, the Corona. It is right next to another nation known as Anthem, the nation of Bards, coexisting alongside Dirge, the nation of the dead and the undying.
Above to what floor are we on right now? The 4th?
You are on 4th.
Okay.
On Wanyu.
Above the caves is the 6th level, also known as the Temple of the Dead. Many of the Dirges dead, permanently dead, are kept there, entombed, guarded by servants of the undead. It can be either a dangerous place or a calming place to those who know the ways.
And Lysandra goes, yes, it can be. But the one you really want to worry about is one of the lieutenants. A being known only as the Eye.
The Eye?
Yes, for his mask.
And this is the lieutenant of the Guided Dreamer?
Indeed. His mask is blank, except for an eye turned sideways. He commands the dungeon levels. He builds them, he maintains them, and they are dangerous.
Appreciate the heads up. Is there anything
not a problem.
anything we should know specifically about this, the Eye?
That he is not the first of them. There was
Also, the
one...
Eye is like a title.
It didn't used to be. It used to just be a person, but the Eye was killed during the last group of adventurers' journey. The last hero's journey, I should say. But it would seem the Guided Dreamer has found himself a replacement. I will say, even though they failed, those glittery forest kids, they did some good work.
Oh?
Oh, yes.
What'd they do?
Oh, they liberated an entire nation. They started a mail-carrying service on the Obsidian that comprises mostly of Jeffrey's tubes. It's a very strange... Not Jeffrey's tubes, I'm sorry. Pneumatic tubes. It is fascinating. They brought a lot of what made their world... Well, I guess you're both from the same world. That is crazy. Brought a lot of their knowledge from their world, your world, and helped improve this one. Two of them even run a bakery together in Anthem somewhere.
A bakery?
Yes.
What are their names?
Let's see. Silas King was one of them. I believe he went by the name Brick, which he was kind of built like one, so that makes sense. And then the other one... his name was Avalon, something like that. She mostly calls herself Nightingale, I guess. They are an interesting pair together. It is,
They do sound kind of iconic.
They were something else, for sure.
Just those names, Silas King and Avonlea, they rhyme and everything.
They do. I think is why they wound up partnering together. Even adopted a kid. Interesting.
Adopted a kid?
Yes, some street urchin from up in Anthem somewhere.
How nice of them.
Yes. I believe the name of the bakery is the Hey There, the Hi There, and the Ho There.
Well, that sounds mighty friendly.
Well, yes, it was their intent to create as friendly an atmosphere as they could. Their cookies are quite good.
Snap, what kind of cookies do they have?
Well, I had some oatmeal raisin cookies, I had chocolate chip, I had sugar cookies, they did peanut butter, they did macadamia nuts, all kinds of cookies I had not seen since my time on. Well, no, we didn't really have cookies back when I was on Earth. But, yes, lovely cookies, pastries, cakes. Oh, the cakes they make. Oh, very good. Yes.
If we get the chance, we must visit.
Yes. Yes, you should. Yes, there was I believe, also a wren. believe one of them built a skate shop not far from the bakery. It was only one I have not seen since the other one has become a life coach. He's just no, the other one became an archery teacher, I believe.
Oh.
Yes. And then the only one unaccounted for is Aaron, unfortunately. Aaron disappeared. No one seems to know what happened to him.
That one.
Oh, you've heard about this, huh?
Hope they're okay.
Yes, I know that his friends would be very grateful to see him again. It has been some time.
I want to try to use a flash of insight.
Okay.
I'm gonna go for it.
All right.
Okay.
What are we using it on? Oh, you're gonna ask some questions. Cool.
About the mysterious person that nobody seems to know what happened to. Okay. Insight plus insight. Oh, didn't make it. Jodie thinks adding this new information to our arsenal and just cannot pick up a pattern. Oh, dang it. And I can't do it again, I think. Well, I did it on a creature, so.
Maybe only used once on the same creature, item, or location. Yeah. So
Yeah,
you can still,
so-
if you want to do it on an item or on a location, you can, but just can't use it on the creature.
So I can't use it on the missing man again.
Hang on. Hang on.
What?
I want to see if I can help you with this. Because don't I have something that allows someone to reroll a check?
I believe Fabula Point and I believe it's a Fabula Point
I
and
have a spell.
Oh, do you? You might actually.
You might.
I'm almost positive I do, but I want to
Do a little check, see. Also, while he's checking,
Sure.
Sphinx, do you mean our former characters are together? They abandoned their spouses?
Well,
We're trapped in this world for
can't-
God knows how long.
I can't answer the why until you. They can answer the why, but I cannot.
Oh,
But yes, that seems to be the vibe that you're getting.
my spouse.
Here it is. It's an orator skill called My Trust in You. After another player who is able to hear you performs a check, you may spend one Fabula point to invoke one of their traits or bonds in order to let them re-roll dice or improve the result of the check.
Oh.
What does that mean, or
Just need 2 more
improve?
points.
So I believe the bond would. Hang on. Let me look up the Fowler point roll. So invoking a bond would add your bond strength to a check, while invoking a trait would help them re-roll the dice. So you can choose between one or the other. So do you have enough of a bond strength? Like, you would need at least a 2 bond strength in order to add that to the roll to get the desired effect.
I don't think we have a bond,
I don't-
do we?
I only have 1
Yeah, I
for
don't.
you,
Yeah.
so that wouldn't be enough.
So just re-roll then.
Right. Yeah,
So
reroll.
yeah, invoke the
Insight
trait.
plus.
And I have to ask, for story purposes, how do you invoke their trait?
You know, Jodie's thinking face, and she has a thinking face.
I see the thinking face. And I'm just like, what you thinking about?
We keep hearing about this one,
The missing one.
the missing one. We keep hearing about them everywhere. And isn't that odd that it's in so many different places?
I suppose it is intriguing. Absolutely. Do you think you might know something?
It's like there's something there at the edge. You know what they say, there's no coincidences.
I'm sure you can figure it out. Just concentrate.
Focus, 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 focus.
And that will trigger the reroll. I like it.
Come on, reroll. Ah!
Oh.
Nope.
Ah.
It's just...
I thought that was a good squawk sound.
No.
You know what?
Affronted.
I am going to use an ultimate point in this regard to alter things just a little bit. With that roll, I will say you will not be able to answer or to ask 3 questions, but you can ask 1.
Oh. One question. Why did he disappear?
I would say in your studies regarding kind of the lore of the world and your research into kind of the histories that have been written regarding the other heroes that were summoned, the children and the adults, you recall reading about a particular dissatisfaction from Aaron, about himself and his own performance and his own knowledge or lack thereof. You get the sense that the ability he gained when he came here was very similar to yours. That there was a thirst for knowledge he had not been able to acquire. And that his disappearance might have something to do with trying to gather more information about the world in which he now is forced to inhabit. To maybe try and find a loophole in the Guided Dreamer's rules, or a weakness he did not have before, or was not aware of in the Guided Dreamer before. But again, speculation. It's all theory crafting from a lot of what you've read.
And you're answering truthfully, right?
I am answering truthfully.
Alright.
Is it the whole truth? There's always more. I can't tell you everything.
Alright.
But as far as what you would have been able to glean based on your research, that's what you know.
I was so tempted to ask, where is he? But I didn't want to break the game.
Don't break it. You'll find out eventually.
That's why I was like, I'm not gonna. Alright. I don't think he was happy. And every story that we hear, no one says that he was satisfied. No one says that he enjoyed being here. Kinda acts a little like me. Except, not Debbie Downer about it. Where'd that phrase come from, but...
And Gordon
I
looks
think
up
that he just
Saturday
on board.
Night Live.
Saturday Night Live?
There was a sketch, you remember, from when you were little. Sketch about a girl that could only ever find the downsides of just about anything.
Oh. When I was a little girl, you had me watching Saturday Night Live.
Is that
Cool.
actually where Debbie Downer comes from?
It is. Well, I don't know if
gosh.
that's where the turn of phrase comes from altogether, but there was a sketch on Saturday Night Live called Debbie Downer.
Checks out that I can see her being asleep on that couch with her. Probably wanted to see if there was something else that he could do. That's all I can think of.
When I encountered the young man, he didn't seem very happy about anything. Said he had a life he wanted to get back to. Seemed pretty damn determined about it, too.
Well, let's hope he didn't become what he was fighting against.
I certainly hope so as well. That would be an awful shame.
I hope he ended up getting what he wanted. What he was looking for.
Well, if he did, and he managed to find a way out, the question then becomes, why didn't he tell anybody?
Maybe he couldn't come back.
Sadly enough, I know what that's like. Gives Jodie's hand a squeeze.
She squeezes right back.
You hear a sizzling behind Gordon, and you see Lysandra now has on the table what looks like a portable stove sitting there, not plugged into anything, and a wok sitting on top of it, or a portable burner, I should say, and then a wok sitting on top of it, and is like throwing meat that looks like it has been covered in some kind of like sauce of some kind. Oh no, don't mind me. I'm just making your food. Don't worry. Go on, bond. And Gordon looks over at Malachi. Mr. Davis, I may ask, you have been awfully quiet. Surely you must have questions and thoughts.
Well, I mean, yes, several, in fact, but I wasn't sure what would be appropriate to ask.
I've been here a long while, son. I could try to answer as much as I can, and if I don't know, I'll tell you.
Well, mostly I'm curious about that object you have. He gestures to the crystal in the shape of a pyramid.
Yes.
How exactly does that work? I'm not asking you to demonstrate, of course.
No, I don't think I could if I wanted to at this point. Not without more dire consequences. But it was made to be able to trace... Are you aware of a principle of magic called thaumaturgy?
Yes.
It works based on those principles. Part of something where we'll always be able to find and connect to the other part of it. Kind of takes the whole flesh of my flesh, blood of my blood thing seriously. When you are a parent, your children are both metaphorically and physically of your flesh. I was able to use my flesh over time to see where Jodie was, watch her life. Couldn't interact, couldn't speak, but I could watch, I could see.
And this effect that it had on your body. Was this evidence upon its first use, or were you unaware until after a number of uses? I guess I'm wondering, was this like a slow creep, or did you immediately realize what it was doing to you?
Oh, as far as knowing that it was killing me, no, I didn't know that until much later. I knew that it would cost my flesh to see her. But it, well...
So
healing works for a little while, and then it didn't.
So you were under the impression that you could continually sacrifice your flesh, but survive.
Yes, that was the idea. But as with magic of this variety, the bill comes due and has come due.
Mm-hmm. I guess, forgive me for asking a potentially silly question. Were there no alternatives?
The rules of this world are very clear. There's no escaping. I managed to bend or break a rule that unfortunately has consequences. I did not know of the consequence at the time, but what's that phrase? You fuck around, then you find out.
Swear jar.
Swear jar, I know.
So I know if I didn't say it, then Jodie would have.
She most absolutely would have said it.
And if I didn't say it, and he didn't say it, gestures to
Gorfin?
Yep.
Yes, I most certainly would have said something. Logically speaking, it would be the right thing to do.
And Gord just kind of laughs.
Sorry.
At that.
If you don't mind me asking, Gorfim, and again, apologies for the potentially silly question, what exactly are you? Like, we've been told you were a Durok, but what does that mean?
Gorfim considers that for a moment. And he kind of looks at you and kind of nods.
In life, I was an archdruid. I commanded nature and beast. I was attuned to both, as well as attuned to the spirit world. And then I died, as one does, of old age. Not even druidic magic could have prolonged that life infinitely. This was my forest, back when it was still alive. And then someone killed it. A warlord, one of the four, the demon. And the forest chose me to exact revenge. answer your question, is the druidic variety of a lich. I am undead, but with more intelligence than a typical undead, and greater power.
That's utterly fascinating, if I may say.
I am glad that you think so. I, too, find my existence to be fascinating. As the centuries pass, I learn more and more about what I am.
Century. How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
And Gorfum looks thoughtful for a moment, takes one of his mossy hands and scratches the chin part of the skull, of the alligator skull.
In your terms, I believe to be somewhere around 1235 years old, give or take. Sometimes it is easy to lose track. You are undead, and time no longer has meaning.
That's fascinating.
Isn't it? I find it very fascinating. I tried keeping track of time in the beginning. That was when I was alone. And it became harder to care about that kind of thing. Then I met Lysandra and her family, and it gave me something to care about. And so tracking time became habitual again.
How did you two, I guess, meet and become friends? Or was it just random happenstance, like you just happened to upon each other?
And Gorfum once again looks thoughtful.
I often wonder about the meaning of happenstance and coincidence, and if it is a thing that truly exists. But to answer your question, she hit me with her house.
What?
Well, look, it does have legs.
And one of the legs literally, like, it is kind of like splayed out in the garden, and one of the legs like lifts up in your direction, and the chicken feet just kind of wave at you, and then lays itself back down.
Jodie lifts a leg and waves her foot in reciprocation.
The house sighs very pleasantly, and Alessandra and Gordon both look at the house, and then both look at you, and Alessandra says, "Well, that is the first time someone has someone has made the house sigh like that in a very long time. You really are his daughter."
Proud of it.
And Gordon like straightens up a bit and kind of like puffs his chest out as best as he can and gives a smile. Damn tootin'.
swear jar.
And he just the tree hand just over his head. And, yep. Yeah.
This swear jar's got to be stuffed by now.
It certainly will be if I ever find one again. And Lysandra goes, "Oh, don't worry, I can find one for you, easy." And Gord just kind of rolls his eyes. That wasn't an invitation, but all right. And Gorham continues.
Yes, she had just built the house, and as she says, was taking it for a test run.
And Lysandra kind of chuckles. Yes, I meant that quite literally.
It would seem that she had not yet affixed a set of eyes upon the house, and so did not see me standing there staring up at the sky. And hit me. It was a good thing that I was already dead. Otherwise, it probably would have killed me.
Now Lysandra, still kind of like chopping vegetables now. Yes, it is very lucky that way. But you helped me build eyes to put in the house. It was very good.
So you, as you are currently, cannot die then?
That is correct.
Can you be destroyed by any means?
That is not something that I've thought about. I suppose if someone were able to destroy this forest, I may die with it, as I am connected to it directly. It is not something I have ever thought to test, nor do I wish to.
Understandable. Not exactly the kind of thing you want to push your luck with, being destroyed.
No, dying is not something I would like to repeat if I can help it.
Oh, geez, yeah, I can't imagine.
Being reborn in and of itself, or resurrected, reborn. Yes, that was painful.
Oh.
The death part, the first time around. I remember it being peaceful. I was old. I was sleeping. And I was dreaming. And then I was nothing. And then I was everything. And then I hurt everywhere. And then I was here. With an alligator's skull for a head. It's funny how life and death work.
So, should I take it that becoming a Durock wasn't an active decision by you? Like someone brought you back?
That is correct. The forest itself brought me back. The forest was angry that the demon decided to destroy it. And so as an act of revenge, it brought me back to bring back and tend to this now dead forest and to protect it.
Richard, who's sitting there as well.
Yeah, he also tends to a lot of the spirits that hang out here. You should have saw the first time I came through here with Eleni and Malvolio and Skibbity, and also their friend Freakalicious. I don't know if I told you about Freakalicious. They're a Mothra, or a Larvum, like you, except when I met them, they didn't have arms, and so Lysandra grew them arms and attached them to Freakalicious. But yeah, there was a weird hallucinogenic thing that happened that involved spores, and we all saw a bunch of undead dogs that did a dance, and then threatened to eat us. But we were able to. We did a cha-cha in front of them, and so they agreed to leave us alone. And then they initiated a can routine, and so we all had to do the can, and then they left.
Sounds elaborate.
I thought we were high, but it was clearly the spores, or it actually happened.
And Richard turns to Gorfum with a very concerned expression on his face, and Gorfum tilts his head to the side and goes,
No, you were not hallucinating that. That actually did happen. I found it quite humorous.
and Richard just kind of sighs and slumps. Of course you did.
Yeah, the Dead Forest can apparently be an interesting time for people who the Forest does not like or does not know, even. I've heard stories of spirits and wraiths coming out and attacking people that it deemed threatening. There are people stuck in the trees that threatened the forest. That they are now the trees. It can be a weird place, but Gorfum takes care of everybody who lives here, and so it's just don't get him angry. You do not want to see an angry Duroc. I mean, Durocs by their very nature are just angry beings in and of itself, but you don't want to piss him off.
Noted. And I'm sure the Force is very lucky to have you, Gorfum.
Thank you. I feel honored to be a guardian of this forest. I always say, revenge and justice are dishes best served with vegetables.
And he does that weird thing where he's trying to smile, but it's just his jaws open again.
I mean, a good plate of mixed vegetables goes with everything.
It most certainly does.
And you can hear in the background Hugo barking, but this bark that sounds like gravel upon a stone in a cave that echoes, and Lysandra's laughing and laughing and laughing. And time passes. You all sit out in the garden and have this lovely dinner of grilled meats and vegetables, and Alessandra makes this peach lemonade with raw honey. As you learn, she has, she also beekeeps a little bit and has one of those like beekeeping towers in the garden. And as she finishes eating, Carrera is kind of hovering nearby. She goes, "Come to me, young man. Let me take a look at you." And Carrera, his eye light kind of blinks, and he whirs over.
Okay, do I need to do anything else?
And Lysandra goes, "No." And she takes both hands and she begins moving them in the air near him. And because you are heroes, you are able to see this. You see as she moves her hands and fingers grasping what to the average eye would be nothing but air. But you see these tiny strands, almost like piano wire, begin to appear and flicker. And as they shimmer in various colors, each one of them. And then it looks like she grabs many of them and begins to kind of swirl them around until she draws a burning circle of light with them in front of Carrera. And then begins to draw various lines and shapes within the circle. And she is chanting in a language that, Jodie, you recognize only vaguely, because in your studies you have encountered many of the dead languages of Phaedos, and this is one of them. She is speaking the language, literally, the tongue of the dead. And as she draws this circle in the air, as these sigils appear around this burning circle in front of Carrera, the sigils change and shift. Different shapes, different words. And they all say the same thing. And Lysandra, and you both see this, Jodie. And she goes, "Well, shit. Well, kids, I've got some good news, and I got some bad news. The good news is, I know where the boy's body is. And she looks at everyone. The bad news is, and she looks at you, Jodie, and there's that recognition in her eyes, like she knows you were able to read the sigils too. And she says exactly what you're thinking. The guided dreamer has him. And the scene moves. It lifts up through the various dungeons, through the various floors, to the 12th floor, to the seat of fate, where the guided dreamer sits, holding what looks like a ball of crystal in his hand. He stares at it intently. Though there is no face to gauge an expression, there is certainly a posture that points to frustration. The tapping of heels draws his attention away from the orb and to the pale, four-armed elf, Selkie, clad in black pinstripe suit. My lord, you seem troubled. The guided dreamer looks up at Selkie and then back at the crystal in his hand.
Yes, my love. I am very frustrated.
And Selkie's face turns to one of concern. What is it, my darling?
The heroes have disappeared. They are still on Phobetor, but they are somehow protected from my sight. I can neither see nor hear them. That can only mean one of two things.
And Selkie nods. It means that they have either made it to one of the dungeons, or he is protecting them. And the guided dreamer nods.
The demon created an enemy that is most vexing to me. If he survives what is coming, remind me to pull the demon's eyes out through his mask.
My love, the demon could not have known that he would create Gorfum. That creature vexes us all. The guided dreamer turns away.
True. But what vexes me the most is knowing that at some point they will come for the boy. That will give them all the more reason to succeed.
And the camera pans away from his throne to a glass container covered in condensation that can only be made from ice. And standing, suspended in the chamber, is a small goblin child, about 2 feet tall, in a red dragon onesie and goggles. And that is where we're going to end our episode. The expressions there were priceless. Priceless.
This guided dreamer.
So yeah, you guys got some lore tonight.
Lore.
The lore.
Love it.
We got some emotions. Bryn, can I just say right now, you nearly brought me to tears with the. That was gorgeous. Oh my gosh.
No effort lets me be dramatic, so thank you for that.
Hell yeah. I am so happy to be even privy to being able to witness that. That was amazing. That was a clippable moment. We're gonna that's going on the social medias. That's going on the social medias. 100%.
Bryn is quite the role player.
Mm.
To be fair,
That was award-worthy.
Crit Award nominated Game Master. I'm pointing that out right now.
She may need to be a Crit Award nominated player too for next year. We may have to do something about that, guys. So yeah, you guys got some cool lore. You got your reunion. Jodie got a reunion with her father and got to find out the real reason he left. Which, can I tell you how hard it's been for me to keep that quiet? I am so glad that it's out there now. I've been sitting on that like from the moment we talked about Jodie's dad going over to some other world. I'm like, nope, I know what happened. I know what happened and I know why, and I can't say anything until
And only you. I have to say, wait, I might need to save that for tea at the table. Never mind.
Okay. We can save it for tea at the
If
table.
we have to.
We got to meet Lysandra, and we got to meet Gorfim, who is also a creation of my daughter's. Excuse me. Gorfim is carried over from Agents of the Circle. Though I did kind of change his origin and his appearance slightly. But Gorfim is a undead archdruid, a druid lich, as it were, that Ayame created. And when I told her that I was bringing her over to this show, at every time we recorded, have they met Gorfim yet? Have they met Gorfim? Like, no, they're not in the Dead Forest yet. What are you talking about? And so when I told her that this episode was going to be the episode that you all would meet him, I was like, oh my gosh, I can't wait for that episode to come out. I'm like, you're gonna have to wait a little while longer. But yeah, and you got some good lore, and you found out that Carrera's body is being held by the guided dreamer.
What does he want with the body? Why does he need the body? I don't understand.
He's doing the most.
He's doing the most. For
so
sure.
Unnecessary, sir. How dare he?
For
Fair
sure.
warning, Malachi. Fair warning. Logic's gone with Jodie now.
That is okay. I understand.
Yeah. And you also got a little bit of insight into something else. The guided dreamer can't see you in the forest. Well, you know that as players. The characters don't know that. And the guided dreamer also can't apparently see you in the dungeons. I wonder what that's going to mean. But we'll find out later, I'm sure. I'm certain of it, actually. So, and Malachi got some information, some advice from Gorfim. That there is a disconnect.
Fantastic advice.
That there is.
Delicious.
Can't wait to see that come into play.
But there is some self-doubt in Malachi, apparently, that needs to be addressed. And boy, I think we will address that at some point. But your course has been set. You are going to save your father. And that means going to the undying kingdom of Dirge. Which I'm so pleased about. And the kiddo will be pleased about it too, because she helped me create Dirge. She's so invested in that nation, so invested in that kingdom. And you will meet some really cool beings there. So I'm excited. It's going to be great. I'm sad that Diamond missed it, but we'll get her caught up. And all of you out there listening, you all got to listen to it and find out. So yeah, it'll be a good time. We'll talk more about all of this stuff, of course, at the tea at the table regarding this episode. Yeah, so thank you, everyone. Thank you to my players for just being flipping amazing today. Oh my gosh, the emotions. That gif of Donald Glover from Community. My emotions. Is that's me. That is me right now, chat. Thank you all. I find myself constantly just in awe and so grateful that I get to watch and be a part of the story, and watch you all like just. Thank you for giving me this privilege.
No, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Our illustrious GM, creative icon.
Absolutely.
Ah!
Prolific weaver of fantasies.
Oh. Thanks, you guys.
We are humbled to be at your virtual table.
I'm glad that you guys are here, 100%. Thank you to my listeners, to our listeners, for hanging out with us for yet another cool episode of Agents of the Circle. Stay tuned, of course, for more content coming your way, like Tea at the Table. Stay tuned for our next episode, of course, which will be episode 11. We are now officially halfway through this first story. We are at the halfway point. We have reached the halfway point, and I am glad because that was the halfway point reveal. That was the mid-season episode, and I am excited because from here things are only going to get weirder and wilder and more dangerous. So until then, thank you. To all of you, thanks again to Friday Afternoon Tea for being our sponsor and affiliate. Please go check out their site and enjoy some lovely teas using promo code Multiverse. That's MULTEAVERSE for 10% off at checkout. Thank you all, as always, for walking the storied path with us. And as always, may the dice roll ever in your favor. We will see you next time. You have been listening to the Everbright Archive, a TTRPG actual play anthology series. This episode is from the campaign The Last Story. Your cast has been Madness Diamond as Lysandra Agni, Bardic Sweet Tea as Malachi Davis, Brynniursa as Jodie Bank, and Sphinx Akashaa as the Storyteller. For access to the main show, more bonus episodes, and more information about our wonderful cast, access to the show's Discord server, or if you'd like to support our show via Ko-fi, please follow the beacons link in the show description. We hope you continue to follow us as we continue to walk the storied path. May the dice roll ever in your favor.